Just got done with my cardio. 7 o'clock. A lot on my mind this morning. I was talking to a guy yesterday. He was talking to me about, I wish I could just be as motivated as you. I wish I could have discipline like you. And I said, well, at first he said the motivation. I said, listen, I don't have motivation. Like, screw motivation. Like, I just get up and get done what has got to be done. Like, you think that the days that I go to the gym, I always want to go. There's probably only like 1 or 2 days a week that I actually want to go to the gym. And he's just sitting there like, I can't. I can't have that discipline like you do. I can't get myself up out of bed like you do. And that, I'm just like, what? Like, dude, what? Yes, you can, dude. Like, God did not create you to be lazy and to consume. Like, that's the whole thing with this whole social media. It's a consumer society. Like, God did not create you to consume. He created you to create. He says he created in the like image of him. What is God? He is the creator. So if we were created in his image, then what are we? We are creators. And, you know, this guy was talking about being depressed and everything, and he has depression, and that's what keeps him in bed and everything. I'm always gonna keep it real, but depression is bullshit, dude. Depression is bullshit, and whatever depression you have, it's a lie and it's fake, right? You cannot allow these thoughts that come into your mind define who you are as a person. Right? I have never let someone's, motivational talk to me eternally last me. It doesn't last for that long, right? And when you let this depression or whatever you want to call it, all depression is a feeling that you get from something that is able to be changed and you're not willing to change it. That is what depression is. It is something that's happening in your life that you can change mentally. You can change the outcome of how whatever is affecting you. You might not be able to change what's affecting you, but you can change how you react from it. And most of you have a problem with is that you let this stuff control you and you're like, oh, woe is me. I don't know why I'm depressed. And I don't know. Dude, because you don't fucking deserve to not be depressed because you're sitting there making your situation worse. How can you expect not to be depressed when all you do is go in bed and you sleep in bed all day and you scroll, you play Fortnite, play with the cheetah dust in your fucking belly button and you beat off? How do you expect to not be depressed? How do you expect to do that for 8 to 10 hours a day and then you come to the end of the day and you're like, oh my gosh, man. I just something's missing. Something's missing. No wonder something's missing, bro. And for those of you that this is pissing you off and this is getting to you, I feel you, bro. I feel you. But it's bullshit. Until you can realize it, that's the one thing, with this individual that I was speaking to. It's so difficult for me to have respect for someone, not that's like that, but that can't accept it. So many people have that. You've got to accept that it's a problem first. You've got to accept that I can make a change from this. That's the people that I have respect for, are the people that have real problems like we all do, but they're the ones that are man enough to say, yeah, I have a problem and I know that I could get myself out of this. It's just because I'm lazy. As soon as you accept that, as soon as you accept that everyone has a hard childhood, everyone's been through shit. And if you want the medal, if you want the big shiny medal across your neck that says, I had the hardest childhood, there you go. What's that going to do for you? Nothing. Up until the day I turned 18, I was never allowed to hang out with friends. I was never allowed to go to a basketball game. I was never allowed to go to a football game. I was never allowed to hang out with a chick. I've never been to a homecoming in my life. I've never been to a prom in my life. I was never allowed to have a phone. I was never allowed to drive. I was never allowed to play sports. My grandparents hated me working out. I wasn't allowed to go to the gym. I had to beg for dumbbells for Christmas, and they finally would let me work out exactly an hour on the dot every single day. And dude, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So trust me, bro, if you want to talk about having a bad childhood, I get it. It does suck. I hate talking about this stuff, bro, but like I made a promise that when I started this YouTube, I'm not going to care about how I look, because I would rather, if there is other men or young men that are going through, depression or what, anything that I'm talking about right now, and if they can relate to it and not go down that same path and know that they have the ability in them as a man like God created them to get out of that, then I don't care how stupid I have to look. I don't care what anyone thinks. Yeah, I have to sit here and talk about real shit and talk through a microphone through my phone and talk to a piece of plastic camera. I don't care if I have to look stupid, because this is what I want to do. I want to help people. I want to help people snap the fuck out of it and realize that they have something better inside of them. Talent is bullshit. It's bullshit, bro. It's hard work. I'm only here because of the work that I'm put in. I'm only here because of 5 a.m. I'm here because of those 50 push-ups every morning. I'm here because of that cold shower every morning. I'm here because of the 5 or 6 things that I require of myself every single fucking day. I am here because of the vices that I cut away from myself. I am here because I stopped partying. I'm here because I stopped the vices. I'm here because I stopped doing the things that were taking me back. Not because I'm special, not because I'm any different than you, not because of genetics, not because of God-given talent. I mean, yes, God-given talent, we all have that. But that's what I'm talking about. The talent that's in you, it's God-given. You were not meant to sit around all day and just be lazy and be more depressed than you think that you already are. I used to get so overwhelmed from my like I moved out the day I turned 18, been on my own since then, and everything that I just listed, again, it's the tip of the iceberg. But I used to get so upset and so depressed because I love my grandparents with all my heart. Like I'll do. That's one of the main drivers that gets me up in the mornings, is to be able to take care of them fully financially and everything. Because they don't do they're not. They're blessed. They're fine, but like, you know what I mean? And they just, everything that they did for me, when it comes down to it, they did it out of love. They didn't do it intentionally to hurt me, even though it did. I would never take it back. It's maybe the man that's sitting here today. But there would be times where I would be I'd be so distraught. I'd be so distraught that I would go in my room and I'd get in my knees, and I just had so much anger, bro. I would just tense up and like almost like scream without screaming. It'd just be so tense. I would get down on my knees and start banging my head into the floor. And I know you might think this is crazy, but I did, dude. This is a reality. This is real. This is real shit. I used to get down on my knees and bang my head into the floor. It drove me nuts. It drove me crazy. I hated it. I hated my life. But there had to be a switch. There had to be a click where I knew that I deserved better. And when I finally was able to get those dumbbells and I finally was able to start working out, I loved it. I did everything that I could in that room. I did everything on a desk chair and just with, nothing but just the dumbbells and a desk chair. I eventually bought some rubber bands and stuff like that, or like some bands and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I started changing. I started getting better, and it was my escape. I was able to escape from the reality of being at home, and I was able to go into that room, and I was able to better myself. And even though when I came back out of that room, it was like when I was in that room, I was in heaven. When I would leave that room, it was like I went back to hell. I would come out of that room and my mama would look at me and she'd be like, you're disgusting. You look disgusting. I wasn't even big, man. I'm not even big now. But, all right. But anyways, I was not even that big. I just come out with a little pump and a tight t-shirt on, and they would be like, you're disgusting. But again, I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to make me better. Stop saying, why is this happening to me? Stop worrying about what circumstances that you're in, especially if you can't control that circumstance. If you're in a situation where it's like, damn, I'm fucked. I've got all these things coming my way. It's things that I actually can't control. Now, in reality, most of you have situations that you actually can control, and you wonder why you're in your position, and you're like, I don't deserve this. That's bullshit. You do deserve it. You deserve every ounce of that shit because you don't earn your happiness. Go out and get up and work. Earn your happiness. Earn your work ethic. Earn your life. And stop pitying yourself and blaming everyone else around you. My dad is a drug addict and he's in jail. And you know why he is 40 years old? Or 40, no, freak, he's 45 now. I have nothing to do with him. Because I am 20 years old and I'm more of a man than he is. Because you know why? Because he's 45 years old and he still blames my grandparents. He still blames everyone else around him other than himself. So if you want to be 45 years old, if you want to be in that position, whether you're doing drugs or not, and you want to be a loser, and you want to have puffy milk titties and have a beer gut, and be ugly, depressed, financially not able to provide, then keep blaming everyone else, bro. Keep blaming everything else. But for those of you that actually want it, for those of you that aren't being keyboard warriors down in the comments, you're going to realize that one day you got to figure it out. And maybe you already have figured it out. And respect to you. Props to you. And for the guys that are not, I get it. And I don't want you to think that I'm degrading you, but I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not going to bullshit you and sit here and say, it's okay, buddy. It's all right. You figure it out someday. No. Figure it out now, bro. You got a family to provide for. You've got people to provide for. You've got yourself to provide for. You've got a life to live. I'm not going to be the guy that gets to 50 years old and I look back and I look at who I could have became. Be the guy that you know you could become. And if you don't know where to start, 5 things. Start with 5 things. Me, no weed. 5 a.m. every morning. Well, it started off at 5:30. Now I'm at 5 a.m. every morning. Cold shower, 50 push-ups, like a morning routine. Cold shower, 50 push-ups, 2 chapters in the Bible, and 32 ounces of water and black coffee every single day. An hour on the business every single day, and a couple chapters in a business book every single day. And I've already read a couple. And I'm gonna keep on growing and keep on building. And you know what? When I started this a couple months ago, not the guy that I am today. I'm not the guy that I am today because I've gotten better, right? Because it's not only 1 hour a day, it's 5, 6, 7 hours a day. It's day in, it's day out. It's 1% better every single day because what happens is that when you show yourself that you could be consistent, because the biggest problem that most of you men have, and listen to this, take this in, actually understand what I'm saying right now. The biggest problem that most of you have is that you get so stressed out and feel like such a loser, and it's because of the things that you're not doing. Get up and get the shit done that needs to get done. I am so stressed when I know that I have X, Y, and Z that needs to get done, and I do not complete it. That is why most of you are stressed. That is why most of you feel incomplete, because you know that you have things to do. And this is why I say it doesn't come down to talent. It does not come down to, your circumstances or your genetics or whatever it is. Circumstances, genetics are bullshit. Motivation is bullshit. Get up and do it. It was in that bedroom. It was in that bedroom for that hour a day that my grandparents allowed me. That's where I found that. That's where I found that motivation. That's where I realized, holy shit, I've got to become the best version of Michael that I can be. And I'm not going to let anyone tear me down from it. I'm not going to let anyone stand in my way. Because God has given me this ability. God has given me the ability to change people's lives, to change my life, to stop being a loser, and to stop indulging in vices that are taking me nowhere else in life. You're better. You're better than this. And you have got to believe that. It starts with the belief. And once you can believe it here, once you become that person and you start doing the things that that person is because you believe it, you actually believe in yourself, then you will have the things that you want. Then you will have the life that you want. And depression becomes nothing. It's not there. Because you realize the only way that depression comes upon you is because you allowed it to happen. You allowed depression to sink in. That's what it is. If I ever feel upset or sad, I just relate that to I'm not working hard enough. And for those of you, I have people, dude, I have family, I have acquaintances. And the reason I say acquaintances is because my friends wouldn't say this to me. Oh, it's okay, dude. You got to take a break. And I used to tell myself that. I used to be the guy that constantly thought that I had to have 8 hours of sleep. I had to be comfortable. Sometimes I had to, take a break here and there. Where I'm going, there is no comfort. Where I'm going, my comfort is going to be determined by how hard I work. The depth of your struggles and the depth of the pain that you put yourself through will determine the height of your success. Where I'm going, there is no comfort. Where I'm going, there is no balance. There is no balance where I'm going. Tops, I get 6 hours of sleep a night. Tops. But you know what? I've never felt more fulfilled and more alive in my life ever since I started doing that. Because I'm actually doing something, dude. I'm actually pushing myself. I've never been in a spot where things were okay and things were just all complacent and I was happy. That's when I'm the most depressed. And that's where a lot of you get it wrong. You think that once I have money or once I have a physique or once I have a family, then I'll be happy. No, what you realize as a man is that constantly putting yourself in difficult situations, that's what makes you happy. That's what makes you a better man. That's what gives you that fulfillment in your heart. You can't just simply only read 5 minutes a day in the Bible and think that you're going to be content with your relationship with God. It does not work that way. There is a reason why an elder in the church that's been with God for 50, 60 years is so much more wise and so much more content in his life than you are. Because he has not just stayed complacent in his relationship with God, he has developed it and deepened it day by day, by day, by night, by hour, by second, by minute. Every second of every fucking day. He never let himself get complacent. I do not let myself get complacent. I constantly grow. I constantly move. I constantly push. I constantly add. And I'll never stop. I'll never quit. And every single one of you will see this. You'll never see me quit. Ever. Ever. I won't quit, bro. I won't quit. And the reason I'm so passionate about this is because I used to be that fucking loser that stayed on the game for hours of the day, that indulged in lust and was sleeping with a bunch of women, that was smoking weed, playing Fortnite, and I wasn't playing with the Cheeto dust on my belly button, but there was Cheeto dust on the counter. It was Takis. And I look back at that and I'm just like, dude, what were you doing? What were you doing with your life? And I want to find men that are in that position or men that are somewhat already established that just don't have that drive, don't have that ability. You do have the ability. Every single one of you have the ability. You better understand that and believe that with every ounce, every fiber of your heart, in your soul. You have got it. Every single one of you motherfuckers have it in you. You just don't have the balls to get up and fucking do it. I want to find those guys and I want to help them. I want them to watch this and listen to this and be like, that makes sense. And I understand what he's talking about. So if I could do it, so can you. I want to be able to find those guys and I want to be able to just genuinely help you get out of that situation. And why isn't it? There you go. Again, I always have. I need to figure out how to switch this. But every single, it only goes for 20 minutes before I have to. I gotta like turn it on, turn it off, because I don't clip these. I don't anything like that. But anyways, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Driven people and ambitious people do not like average people. Average people do not like ambitious people. Because average people see ambitious people, and because they know that they're doing better than them, that they're actually working for something that's better, internally, that gets to them because maybe not because they know that they can do it, but it just pisses them off that they're doing better, especially when that person used to be in the same position as them. And ambitious people hate lazy people because lazy and normal people see ambitious people that way and they don't like them because of an internal hate or jealousy or envy. Ambitious people that are getting it done don't like lazy and normal people because they see that they could be doing better too. It gets to me, and it's difficult for me to be around lazy and normal people because I used to be there, and when I hear their excuses, I just hear myself. I hear my past self. I hear the thoughts that still rage in my head till this day. When I still get home and I still want to smoke and I still want to do those things. And it gets to me, bro. It does. It gets to you. But I'm not going to quit. I'm just not going to do it because I'm that guy. Not because I was born that way, but because I became it. But anyways, make the change. Like fucking dude. Don't wait. Stop waiting. Take this initiative right now. Make the change now. Make the change. Write down 5 things right now. Complete them tomorrow. I don't know if you're watching in the morning, night. Just write them down. Write down the 5 things that you're going to do. Wake up tomorrow. Do them. Accomplish them. Don't miss a day. Every single day. Don't put too much on yourself. Do what you know you can do. Do it consistently for 21 days. Create a habit of it. We're creatures of habit. Create that habit. Make the change. Do it. Add. Be better. Do better. Become 1% better. Be the man. Be a difference in a world full of consumers. Create your life in a world full of people that consume other people's lives. I love y'all. Reach out to me if you want help. Reach out to me if you have questions. Reach out to me if you're just struggling with something, man. I'm here. Like, don't. I get it, dude. I get whatever you're going through. Don't think just because I have this passion and everything that I'm just some inconsiderate, egotistical prick that doesn't understand. Like, I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I get it. So I love y'all. I hope y'all crush it today. I'm about to go eat a bomb-ass breakfast. And love y'all.